it's Steve, but you knew that anyway. Here's a little bit about me that you may not have known. My family comes from Yorkshire and Devonshire in England, and my family tree can be traced back to the 15th century. Famous people or infamous people you may know in that tree is Sir John Gielgud. He's a very distant, very distant cousin. And Guy Fawkes. For those of you who know anything about history, he's one of the guys in the gunpowder plot that plotted to blow up the Houses of Parliament in England in 1602, and he was subsequently executed. So that's my claim to fame in the family tree. My great grandfather of last century, on my mother's side, Alan Charles Terry Charland, he was born in the latter part of the 19th century, when the spiritualist movement was gaining a lot of momentum in the world. He actually found out that he was a medium for and could contact the departed spirits. Personally, I think that's a lot of bunkum, because a lot of these books behind me tell me exactly how to do the feats that he was presenting as real in a seance. The chair I'm sitting in, Shane, the red velvet chair you talked about, belonged to him, and it came out with my family in 1960. Alan, of course, is no longer with us. He'd be 140 years old or more by now. But I have a few of his possessions here. One of these is the key to his house, and this key predates even him by about 100 years. Alan used to be able to contact the spirits, or purported to, and he knew they were around by the action of the key. And if you concentrate on the key and concentrate, you may be able to see it starting to move and starting to move. And now, was that a trick, or was that for real? Another thing that Alan had was his old block set when he was a child. And back in the Victorian days, they didn't have very much in the way of toys. They had to make do with what they had. So the blocks were it, as far as he was concerned. This was gifted to me by my grandmother many years ago, and I have resurfaced the blocks so they're a bit less of a dull colour these days. But otherwise, the tube and things are they're as is, as they were. But Alan, as a small child, used to play with these blocks, and he would do things like putting them into the tube, yellow, blue, and red order. And the spirits that were around played tricks on him, where they could actually make the red block penetrate all the way down to the bottom. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're a bit skeptical. So am I. Very big time. So let's try that again. This time, let's put the blue block in. And then we'll put the yellow block in. And then finally, the red block. But the spirits, of course, are playing their games. And they make the red block penetrate all the way down again. Now this is incredible. So Alan thought, well, I wonder if I can trick these spirits. So he put a yellow block on the bottom. He took the blue block and put it into the top and moved the tube away so the spirits couldn't even get to it. He then took the red block in both hands, and he was hoping that there was no way that the spirits could actually take it from him. But then he started to smell something, and then his hands grew hotter and hotter and hotter. And the block had gone. Could it really have happened? Indeed. Amazing.